It's okay to quit your gacha game. Whether you're bored, have fatigue from logging in daily, or even if you're not logging in daily and the game you're playing is just becoming increasingly more difficult to enjoy, it's okay to quit your gacha game. It's also okay to not quit your gacha game. It's okay to play once a week, or once every 2 weeks, or even once an update. It's okay to not get the next character that's coming up. It's okay to not finish all the content that's in the game. It's okay to play the game at your own pace. It's okay to play these games however you want, because these games are supposed to be for your enjoyment, and that's exactly what I want to talk about. This is going to be a different kind of video. I'm not going to put any skits in this or anything. I'm not going to scream or be so loud. I just kind of want to have a mini rant or whatever you want to call it. I just really wanted to talk about this because the conversation on Gacha tribalism has become a lot more apparent, and I have a lot of opinions on where that mindset could stem from. But before I get into all that, like I said, it's okay for you to not quit your gacha game. And if you want to keep playing your gacha game and get the next character that's coming out, like Canarella, you might as well use LDshop. LDshop is a website where you can get your game's currency at a discount like Wuthering starting at 15% off. It's pretty easy to use and it makes topping up much more affordable. Like in Wuthering, if you want a character like Canarella, they have a bundle where you can basically guarantee her. With a website like LDshop, you can get a top up that's about $100 for pretty much $77, so it's a lot more cheaper and I highly recommend that. And it's super easy to use. All you have to do is head to the website using my link, which will also give you a 5% coupon which can save you up to $50. Click the game that you want to top up for, enter your UID and server, or you can just log into the website using your account from the game with the detailed instructions that they have. After that, you can confirm your order, follow through, and your currency will be there really quick. It's super fast, really easy, and very convenient because it's cheaper than topping up in the game. It's also extremely safe, very reliable, and many people use it, so you don't have to worry about being scammed or banned or anything. And if it's your first time using it, there's a 15% discount for newcomers, so it's a perfect time to start using it. By the way, if you spend $80, you get a free game pass, which can be claimed in the homepage. They also have other games like Honkai Star Rail, Genshin Impact, Zenless Zone Zero, so you can just pick the game that you want to top up for and get it for cheaper. Once again, thank you LDshop for sponsoring this video. Now, there's always been a discussion for basically pledging allegiance to a specific gacha game that you play, whether it's Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves, Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero. And with that pledge of allegiance, I feel like also brings the feeling of needing to play the game that you started playing, no matter what. This comes with making subconscious excuses to keep playing the game even if you feel like you're not enjoying it that much. Like if you've ever told yourself, I just need to log in and finish my dailies, or claim currency for the day, but you catch yourself logging in right before reset happens, or maybe even there's a dry patch or multiple dry patches, and you tell yourself, this is perfect, I should just make sure I get everything in this patch so I can be ready for the next character in the next patch. Or maybe you're not really even enjoying anything or any kind of content in the game at all, but there's a character that was teased in the next patch, so you're like, I need to play the game now so that I can be ready for when that character comes out, and when that character comes out is when I'll start enjoying the game. And you convince yourself that you need to keep playing until that character comes out because you're gonna enjoy the game with that character specifically. In my opinion, these are basically all signs of, I guess, what I would call gacha fatigue. There might be a term for it, but I guess that's just what I'll call it. And the issue with gacha fatigue is that it's pretty hard to realize it's there because your mind tries to convince you that you're really enjoying the game and to keep playing. This typically is because of something people would call sunk cost fallacy, which is basically fear of letting go of something that you've invested so much into. Typically in games like, let's say, Genshin Impact, the idea of sunk cost fallacy is supposed to come from you believing you spent so much money that it would be wasted if you don't keep playing to make the money you spent worth it. But in my opinion, it's really a lot more than that, because from my perspective, there's 3 different ways people can experience sunk cost fallacy, because there's 3 different currencies that you have. The first is the first that I talked about. You swipe your card, get your $50 or $100 top up, and get the character that you want, and immediately feel like, well, if I don't use this character, I just wasted $100. So you feel like you need to play. Your mind may even subconsciously rationalize it as, okay, I just spent $100 on Canarella, so if I play the game every day from now on for a whole month, I've really only spent $4 to $5 daily for the month. That's not too bad. This is the mindset that causes the feeling of sunk cost fallacy, okay? The second way is actually one of your most valuable life currencies, in my opinion, which is your time. Essentially, an example is you start playing the game at launch and you're in what I would call the honeymoon phase. Everything is new, it's colorful, it's vibrant, they're giving you a bunch of free stuff, a bunch of free currency. There's more chests in the world than the amount of extra fries they give you in a Five Guys bag, and the game gives you a fresh new take on gaming in general. So you play the game. And you play, and you play, and you play, and you play, you play, and it gets a little bit stale. But when it's getting a little bit stale, that new major update happens. Let's say like Wuthering Waves 2.0 happens. So you're like, oh, this is great. It's not stale anymore. So you keep playing the game. And you play, and you play, and you play, and it's been about a year now, and you've been playing for a year straight. And because of that, you subconsciously think, well, I spent so much time. If I stop playing the game now, all that time that I spent playing the game is pretty much wasted. And feeling like you've wasted a lot of time is one of the worst feelings because it's not something that you can get back. The third is a little bit more subjective, I guess, but I think it's where gacha tribalism really stems from, and that's what I'll call your emotional currency. To explain, this is basically how much you like the game, have fun playing the game, how much the game has gotten you through tough times, because games can also be a form of escape as well, right? Genshin Impact came out during COVID when everyone was stuck inside and depressed. So some people who started playing Genshin Impact during COVID felt like the game added a little bit of flavor or color to their life to make them feel like they can enjoy looking forward to the next day. Or maybe you've hopped into random people's worlds and made friends, so you owe it to Wuthering Waves to keep playing because it helped you make friends. This is where the emotional currency has been spent, and not only does it keep you from feeling like you can quit the game, but it also makes people brush off the issues that games may have or blindly defend the game and even become somewhat hostile or aggressive when someone says something about the game you play. They spent so much of their emotional currency and got very attached to where they felt like the game is part of their identity, which makes them feel like they need to defend what may have supported them during a tough time in their life. I think this is why it's hard for people to quit playing their gacha game, and it's understandable. You've poured so much time, money, and emotion into your game, but the harsh true reality is you're never going to get that currency back. But at the same time, what people don't remind you is that you're never going to lose it either. The money you spent in Genshin Impact will never go back into your wallet, but at the same time, the money you spent on the characters are also never going to leave your account. That time you spent farming for echoes and Wuthering Waves, you're never going to get that back. But if you stop playing and come back a year later, you will still have those echo sets in your account. They're not going to disappear. The amount of passion that you have for Honkai Star Rail, whether it's because you love Castris or the friends you made from having a common interest, it would hurt to feel like you have to let it go. But if you stop playing for 2 years, you might still be friends with those people that you were friends with when you were playing Honkai Star Rail. And Castris is not going anywhere. That may not have been the best example, but you get what I'm trying to say. It's not stuff that you really lose when you quit, and sunk cost fallacy honestly doesn't really exist. All it really is FOMO, or fear of missing out, manipulating you into believing it exists. If you don't get the next character, your money wasn't worth it, so you have to spend more money right now. If I don't play now, I'll be far behind on the updates and content, so I have to spend my time now so I don't have to catch up. This is what makes it hard for people to quit playing gacha games, but letting go of these attachments are essential to recognizing when it's time to move on and explore new gaming experiences. There's so many new gacha games that are coming out. Azur Promelia looks amazing. Silver Palace is a fresh new take on what a gacha game can be. Ananta might revolutionize the whole genre and take it to the next level if they execute their GTA style correctly. But I've heard so many people say, damn, this game looks amazing, but I don't have enough space on my phone and I can't stop playing Genshin Impact. All you have to do is delete Genshin Impact, because you can always re-download it. Just delete Genshin Impact, install Ananta, try it out, see if you like it, play it as long as you want to, and if you ever get bored of it or just want to go back to Genshin Impact because, I don't know, SNES Naya came out or something, you can always just re-download Genshin Impact. There's like this weird cultural belief of, oh, I finally deleted my game, when you can just re-download it in 2 clicks and log back in. The thing I'm trying to get at is, games by design are not meant to be played 24/7. If that were the case, games would not be coming out as frequently as they are. You're supposed to get bored of a game. You're supposed to feel like you finished the game. You're supposed to be excited for another new game. And in this genre, it's much easier because games are rising in quality and are still free. But even if you don't come back to the game, you're not gonna get your money back. You already spent it. You aren't gonna get your time back. You already used it. You aren't gonna get your emotional energy back. You already invested it. But at the end of the day, you got your enjoyment from it, which I believe that's the whole point of playing a game, is just enjoying it. And just like in life, the reason why you will want to play a new game is because you want to have new experiences. And if for some reason you don't like the new game that you're playing, or something cool came out in the old game that you used to play, the money that you spent is still in that account. The time that you invested is still there. The emotional connection that you created will still be there. And you won't forget how to play the game entirely, I promise. So if you're afraid of quitting a game like Genshin Impact or Wuthering Waves or Honkai Star Rail, just don't be afraid, because nothing's going to leave your account. And honestly, you might gain something from taking a break from the game, because you might feel more refreshed and enjoy it even more when you come back to it. I just wanted to talk about this because there's so many new Gacha games that are coming out, and I feel like people should at least consider giving them a try. And even for me, as someone who really wants to play Azur Promelia, I don't want to feel like I'm stuck playing Wuthering Waves when I know that if I take a break, it'll always be there when I'm ready to go back to it. If you're somebody that can just juggle multiple games, this video is probably not for you. But if you're somebody that feels like you get stuck playing one game, hopefully this video at least helped you feel interested in trying new games that come out. I might try to talk about more things like this in the future, because I do like this kind of conversation with you guys, but I guess for now that's all I gotta say. Just don't chain yourself to one game, and if you feel like you already are chained to a game, break free of those chains.